Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. Good morning, everybody. I am on here. It feels like it's been forever since I've been on here. Just getting ready in itself was like, oh, do I remember everything? I already realized I forgot something. Hang on a second. Let me just grab all my goodies here. And the church bells are chiming behind me. Don't know if anybody's on here with me yet this morning. So I have my computer here in my background. And hello, Cynthia. I'm so glad you're here with me today. It's good to be back. It's good to be back into somewhat of a routine. My life got turned upside down. And so my business has been turned upside down. Unfortunately, that's the way things go when life takes its little course here. Let me just get back in here and make sure everything is working good. Hi, Carol. I'm so glad to see you with me this morning. I spent a couple weeks in Colorado. My daughter is, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be okay. My daughter had a tumor the size of a large grapefruit. She lives in Colorado, so I flew out there before she had surgery, and I was glad that I did. I was very glad I did. Just to be with her, and my granddaughter was there with her two little ones, who I have not gotten to spend a lot of time with, but was with for about 10 days. They were there, I think. And so I got to enjoy my great-grandchildren, two of them. And my daughter is doing well. She's doing very well. It turned out the tumor was cancerous, and so she will be going through chemo. But she came through it like a trooper. I mean, she just did great. She's an amazing woman, and just was, my computer's not working this morning. Okay. She did an amazing thing. Oh, Carol, I'm so sorry to hear that she's gone through the same thing. They did a complete hysterectomy, but the tumor did burst when they were trying to remove it, and I think it had already was leaking into her abdominal area. And so because of that, they are doing chemo, even though they were able to remove all the tumor and her, her fallopian tubes, her ovaries, everything. But because it burst and the fluid was in her abdomen, she is going to go through chemo. I will post her address on my Facebook page. I'll post that on there. And then if you would like to send her a card, I know she would love it. She is going to go through 6 treatments, 3 weeks apart. And so I will be going to Colorado. I will be flying back and forth between Colorado and Sacramento over the next, whatever that works out to be, 18 weeks. And so I will be here and there. You will see me probably online more than you'll see me in person for my in-person classes. So I'm doing a couple of things differently. I need to keep my business going. I need to keep you guys informed. So I'm going to try to keep popping in online just to keep things going there. And I am going to do some card kits. And so that will be what keeps me going right now. Okay, so I am so stuttery this morning. Take a deep breath. Okay, what I'm going to do is, if you place a $50 order with me, I will send you a free card kit in the mail, and you'll receive everything that you need to do the kit. And so everything in the way of paper, envelopes, bling, ribbons, all of that. So I'm going to turn my camera down and I'll show you my first one here that I'm going to do. Let's get this flipped around and go down. Come on, cooperate here, stand. He says, I haven't had to work for 5 weeks. What, you want me to work now? Right? I'm surprised Facebook let me in. I wouldn't have been surprised if it wouldn't have let me in at all. So anyway, this is my first one, and it's using the Cheerful Daisies. So you're going to want to purchase this stamp set, this bundle. The bundle is I think $54 if I remember right, somewhere in there. So that will qualify you for the free card class. And I will mail these to you, but you're going to need this bundle or a bundle that's similar or something that you want to do. You could use anything, to be honest, any flower set that you have. So, but you do need to place a $50 order using my host code. And I will post all that information is going up on my blog later today, and that's stampwithdeb.com is where you can find all the information. I'll also put it in the video below. I'll also put it in YouTube, and I will put it in Facebook. So you'll have the link no matter where you go. So this is the first card that I am doing, and it's just a really fun card more than anything else. Real simple. This is the second one using the dies from the Cheerful Daisies. And I will cut all of this. This will be embossed for you because that is not part of anything that's not part of the Cheerful Daisies will be cut for you. So these flowers won't be cut. And this is also part of the Cheerful Daisies dies. Let me just show you. They're really fun to work with. Once I started working with them, they were fun. So this is that greeting die. It will not be cut for you, but you will have the paper to cut it. So then the next one is just black and white. I love black and white. It just, you know, you could add a pop of red to this even, and it just, black and white is just good. So these are the Radiating Stitches dies, and this is the scalloped rectangle. Is that what it is? Scalloped rectangle? Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of it now. Anyway, those will be cut for you. That's the inside. This is, look at that, how beautiful and how totally different that is. That is using this little stamp right here out of the set. And it's just a totally different. It's totally away from the daisies in many ways. And so these are, these dies will be, these will be cut for you. So, and this is just a Z-fold card, a simple Z-fold. Then this one will also be cut. So I will cut that center out of there. And I'll probably throw in that extra piece that gets cut out so you can use it for something else. But once again, I just used just the little daisy here instead of using the whole thing. And then the inside will be there for you too. So those are the 5 cards that I will include. You will receive 10 cards, actually. I'm going to do 2 of each one. I want to really make it worth your $50 because you need to place a $50 order on my site, which is stampwithdeb.com. If you go on there, the link is there, and I'll have everything there a little bit later once I can put this video on. It's just waiting for me to do the video, and then I'll post it. But today, I'm going to show you how I made this really simple, beautiful card. So I was with my granddaughter, I told you that, last week, and she loves sourdough bread, San Francisco sourdough bread. So we went out to breakfast, and we ordered sourdough bread. Sourdough bread in Colorado is not sourdough bread. I don't care what they call it. It's not sourdough. It is like, it has no flavor. It just, so for Mother's Day, which is this weekend, and I'm going to be late getting it to her, I will mail her 2 loaves of sourdough bread. I'll just stick them in the mail this afternoon. I have to go buy them. I want to buy them fresh so that, you know, they're they're good to go. And I've done this before and mail her a couple loaves of sourdough bread. So I could do a 5x5 card, which is kind of an odd size. I do also have the envelope punch board from years past that Stampin' Up! Sold. And so I can make an envelope to go along with this. But this is just such a soft, sweet card, and I loved it. And I thought it's something you could make with anything. You don't have to use these flowers. If you are not a person who has a lot of products, you could pick up those dies or use something that you do have for the flowers. So this is a really simple card to make and fun, because this is something my kids learned when they were in school. They learned to do this. So I have a piece of, of course, all the measurements are on my blog. So I have my card base. I have a couple of pieces here. I have one that I cut already. This is 4.5. How about 4.5? 4 3/4. 4.5. 4.5 by 4.5. And what I've done is I kept the one that I used. And so what I've done is I have attached some, I've cut first with a circle. Any circle die will work, or I don't have a punch that large. I don't know if there is a punch that large. That would be huge. If you don't have a circle die, trace a bowl and cut a circle. You can cut it with an X-Acto knife, or you could cut it with a pair of scissors. So, but I used actually our retired circle dies from years ago. You could also use the Stylish Shapes dies. You'd have a little dot around here, and that might add an interesting variable to it. So I am going to move my pad. Well, first I'm going to take a piece of paper off of my pad, and then I'm going to move my pad out of the way. I don't really want that in here right now. Yeah, I'll move it. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm just going to tear it. I just want some uneven. I do want a piece of it. Like that. Let's move that out of the way. And I'm going to tear it even more uneven than that. I just want it. I don't want that. Let's try this again. I just want it all kinds of hills and valleys. Okay, now I've got it. So then I'm going to take this, and I've attached one of my favorite things, to Post-it note tape, to 3 sides of it. I don't know why 3 sides. Should have been 4. So I'm just going to attach that to my tabletop because I want it to stay in place. And I want it, well, it doesn't have to be even because it won't make any difference. Except it wouldn't be in the center then, right? Okay, so I'm just going to attach that to my tabletop. Let's put our last piece on there, just a little piece, just to hold it in place so that it doesn't move around. Okay, and I want to press that good right in there so it doesn't slip out. Okay, so then I'm going to take this and a blending brush, and I'm going to use 3 colors. Actually, I'm going to use 3 blending brushes just because I'm changing colors. I don't know why my adhesive is in there. Okay, this is my little basket of goodies. Okay, and this one I'm going to do for my daughter. So instead of saying "to a wonderful mother," which that one is going to go to my granddaughter, and I'm using the stamps from March Paper Pumpkin. I love Paper Pumpkin for this reason. They always have stamps that are applicable to the season. And every year, if I go back, I could look at April or May, March or April probably. This one is March of 2023. And it's got some really great greetings in it. To a wonderful mother, which is what I used on the other one. This one says, here's to another year of growth. The one I'm going to use says, to an incredible woman, because that's how I feel about my daughter. She has been through a journey that is very difficult, and she has handled it like a champ. She has just been amazing. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to do the bottom area first. I did this several times yesterday, and I don't know that it makes any difference whether you start at the bottom or the top first, but I am going to use Smoky Slate and my blending brush, and see that nice little hill there? Well, I'm going to color that, but I'm going to start off the edge so that it gets a little lighter. I don't want it too dark, especially with this Smoky Slate. It seems to be a little bit darker, and I'm just going to go there, and then I'm going to move this over a little bit and go again. Let's get some of that off. And this one I'm going to do a little bit lighter. You know, I just, I don't know. I'm going to try covering this way. So I flipped it over, and I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go with Bubble Bath, which is one of our brand new colors that just came out in our new catalog. Speaking of new catalog, if you don't have one, please let me know, and I will gladly send you a catalog. So I'm going to go this way, but I want, this is where I ran into a problem. I almost think I need another piece. I'm going to tear off another piece here, and I'm going to go, which way do I want to go? I'm going to place that one just like that and go between these two. These are kind of the, oops, I want to keep that covered. Let's do this. Let's put another piece of tape on here. Let's see if we can't hold that in place a little bit. There's got to be an easier way to do this. I just haven't found it yet. I don't know how the kids did it in school, but they did. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Because I want an uneven edge at the top, but I also want to cover that gray. Are you guys giving me suggestions? No. Come on, guys. Help me out here. Yeah, I want to cover that gray. So let's see how that looks. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, now for my next one, I am going to, for this one, I want to use the Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon was a color that we had before, and it's back. I love this color. It's beautiful. And I want this at the top because I want, just going to go like that and let it overlap just a little bit. I want the darkness so my flowers will show up. And you guys are probably all experts at this. I'm probably showing you something that you've done a lot. But you know what? It makes such a beautiful background. Oops, I should have gone a different direction on that one. So let's pull that over like that. And let's give it a little more. And that will give it a little bit of a different direction. I should have changed direction. So I have here, but I should have changed direction so that it would go that way. It's okay. I think it's going to be pretty. Okay, so once you've got all of your coloring done, let's pull this off now. And there is my center. Super simple. It's kind of fun. You could have kids do this. This would be a good one for kids. Okay, now I'm going to stamp my greeting. And on this one, I'm going to use the Smoky Slate, I think. I used the black on the other one, but it was pretty. You know what? I know what I'm going to use. Hang on. Okay, let me grab Basic Gray. That will be darker. And you saw I went from light to dark there, right? It's okay when you go from light to dark. What did I do with my images under here? It's a little darker, and I think that'll be better. Okay, so it says to an incredible woman, and I'm just gonna go kind of off a little bit, just like that. Ah, and I missed. Okay, let's see if I can fix that. Oh no. Okay. Can I line it up again? Ah, I messed it up. Okay. I have a backup. Okay, let's get, you know why that happened? Because I'm stamping on glass and that stamp is not super even. So I want my Stampin' Pierce mat. Let's do that. You can see it's got more piercing than it's got stamping on it. Okay, let's try this again. And I'm gonna go right here. I had a backup just in case. But I now have gray all around the edges here. So I'm gonna fix it. Watch this. I don't want it that dark. I'm just gonna bring a little bit of gray in on the edges there. And it'll just look like part of it, right? We'll see how it looks. I may redo this. Okay, let's close up these stamp pads before I get any more ink on things. You'd think I hadn't stamped for weeks, huh? I really haven't. The whole time I was gone, I didn't take anything with me. I was only gonna be gone a couple days. I figured 4 days. I left on Monday, I was gonna be home on Friday. I came home almost 2 weeks later, so, which was fine. I enjoyed being with my daughter. Okay, I don't like that. It's just not what I wanted. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and finish it though. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this. Let's grab a piece of smoky slate. And we're going to cut that at 4 5/8 by 4 5/8. Let's see if this is long enough. It is. Okay, 4 5/8. We're going to go with the smoky slate instead of the Lost Lagoon. By 4 5/8. Oh, that's too short. Let me grab another piece. Okay. It's all right. We'll get it. Okay, this has got a little thing on it. 4 5/8. It's got a little crimp in that corner. And 4 5/8. Let's cut it right. Okay, I might do something else. Okay, so if I put this around here, then it will look like the gray is okay, I think. Let's just finish this up. Okay, I have something else I want to show you too. It is just not making it for me. I wish I hadn't done that. Gotten ink on it, of course. You know what? We're going to let it go like it is. Because we're going to add the flowers. Let's just put this together. Yeah, this isn't going to make it for me, guys. We'll see. We'll see. How can we tie it together? Okay, and I have my flowers, which are already die cut. And I want to show you what I did with my ribbon, how I got my ribbon the way it is. Okay. So on my flowers, I think I ran out of glue dots. So right here. So I'm just going to put a glue dot on the back of this flower. Oh boy, I just realized what I did. I didn't cut enough flowers. So this one's going to be different. Definitely. I cut 3 flowers, but I needed 6 flowers. So I'm going to do this one different than I planned. Okay, so I have a glue dot on the back of there, and I'm just going to attach that to my little stem here. And then my other flower, I'm only going to put 1 layer, and I'm going to attach that to my stem. I want it to go the opposite direction though, so yep, that was the right end. Okay, this one's totally different. Okay, now I have this ribbon. This is our new basic white, what are they calling it? It's got so many, herringbone ribbon. It's got so many names all the way around it. And I'm going to cut about 9 inches of it. That should be plenty enough. And then I'm going, it's too wide for me. So I'm going to cut it this way. Now, you could do 2 different things. One, you could just cut it all the way down and tie it as a bow. But for this, I want something a little daintier. You could color this also. I did color one of them. Whoops, I'm going crooked. Okay, I did color it. I colored it with the Bubble Bath Dark, and this is what I got. The dark was a little too dark for me. It didn't match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these strings out of here. Look at how nice that comes out. And just lay them down here. It makes for a very soft, sweet bow. And then I'm just going to tie my bow with my strings. Just like that. It makes for a really pretty little bow. You could color this any color you wanted. I'm going to trim off my little tails here. Now I have strings everywhere. Okay, I'm going to attach these with glue dots. So I need another glue dot on here. Where did I put my glue dots? There they are. I'm always losing them. They are the worst, the hardest thing for me. I'm always losing my glue dots. Okay, so this one's going to go right here. And this one is going to go over here. Just kind of like that. And then my bow is also going to get attached with a glue dot. Probably should have colored that gray, huh? We're just going to come down. It should come down where they cross, but let's see, they're too low. Let's bring them up. Ah, stuck to my finger. Let's just go like that. Actually, that one should probably go on with a dimensional. Let's do that. I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the back of those, that one. So that one will pop up. Instead. Don't you love it when you start out with one idea and you end up with something totally different? Well, that's kind of what's happened here. This was supposed to be a simple card. I think I would have been better off just stamping. Where's my Take Your Pick tool? let's just attach that right there. Okay, now I don't have any bubble bath bling that I wanted to use because these are circles and our bubble bath bling is an oval. So this is the one that's bubble bath. At least I think that's a bubble bath. Maybe it's fresh freesia. Looks more like fresh freesia. Yeah, I don't know that we have a bubble bath one. So I took my iridescent pearls, which are in the new catalog. They came through to the new catalog, and colored them with the dark bubblegum Stampin' Blend. Did you guys know you can do that? You can do that with almost all the rhinestones, all the gems. If they're white, you can color them. And then, let me grab my other, we have a new tool, a new attachment for our Take Your Pick tool. There's 3 new attachments. I need my other one. Where is it? Let's see, here's one. Yes, good. Okay, my drawer. So, oh, I only need 2 of those, don't I? And I colored 3. That's okay, we'll put the 3rd one down here. Okay, that is my card. I'm not super thrilled with it. I don't think it's as soft as this one. So I will probably remake it to send to my daughter. But there's nothing wrong with it, absolutely nothing wrong. And so inside I have a layer of Lost Lagoon and a layer of white that will go inside. So let's just put the, oops, see, I got that in the ink pad too. Boy, I had an ink pad issue today, huh? With that smoky slate. And let's just go ahead and put those 2 together. Okay, guys, so for the next 18 weeks, things are going to look a little different. I'm going to try to be on here more often, try to post a little more often. You will get, if you place a $50 order, you will get the 10 cards in a kit and in the mail. And you have to use my host code. You have to use the host code. And I will put that host code at stampwithdeb.com. That'll go on this afternoon. And I will also attach it to this video and to my YouTube video when it goes on YouTube. And I will send you that kit for 10 cards. So thanks for joining me today. I appreciate your support and your help during this time. And I appreciate your prayers as we go through these next months of challenges. And thanks so much, guys.